Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new type of video. This is not a movie review, but I figured that I needed to kind of set the record straight real quick about what I want to do on this channel. I want to review movies, but it wasn't necessarily supposed to be the main thing I did. I also want to talk about news. I want to talk about the DCU, the MCU, and Star Wars, and I want to try to make my first sort of news video. So we're going to talk real quick about some news that just dropped. Some of it's already been debunked. Some of it is new information. I'm a DC noob. All right, I don't really know that much. I'm reading about some comics. I'm doing the due diligence to learn more, but obviously, I'm gonna use the DCU to kind of guide my journey through DC information. I know the basics. I know probably more than like the casual fan does, but not enough to be totally, you know, number one or whatever. So right here we have a verified SATMQ, I'm kidding, SAITMQ, which is called Strange Adventures in the Monarchy from r/DCU leaks. Now, maybe you don't like leaks. That's your prerogative. I don't really care. Um, this is not like spoilers. Nothing here is super spoilery. Um, we're not there yet. Just be aware that like on this channel you're gonna find some stuff that is in spoiler territory. Because I will cover leaks, I will talk about leaks and decide whether or not I think that they're reasonable. I trust this source. This is verified source. I don't have sources myself. I just get it from websites that are publicly accessible. Um, but this is some of this is verified, some of this is unverified. We're going to talk about the unverified first because it's pretty easy to cover up. It is by far the most interesting portion of this SAI TMQ. Information on Waller. Waller's going to comprise of 13 episodes. Most of the scripts have been written and they started casting. We haven't heard any information. Phil Abraham is set to direct the first two episodes. I don't know who that is. Freddie Stroma, my goat, will reprise his role as Vigilante. That's my favorite character in the DCEU. I'm not kidding. Sean Gunn will play Maxwell Lord in the series. This was already confirmed information. Not in the series, but just confirmed information in general. John Douglas Thompson and Ivana Sakino, I believe is how you pronounce that last name, have been cast in supporting roles. The season will be split into two. The first half will premiere sometime in the spring of 2025, while the second half will premiere in the fall. And I don't have the receipts with me, unfortunately, but James Gunn debunked all of it, so you don't even have to worry about. Someone quoted him on Threads and said, "Hey, is this information accurate? Just the unverified portion," and he said no. He just straight up he was like no. He just, no, none of it's true. Now I think maybe some of it's still possibly true. I think Freddie Stroma being cast as Vigilante makes sense. Well, he is cast as Vigilante, but being in Waller makes sense to me. And then, of course, we have some verified information, which we might have been already been able to take a peek at, and we will take a quick peek at it. But we have information on Plastic Man, Huntress, and the Brave and the Bold. Now, they could exclusively report a film center on Plastic Man is in early development at DC Studios for the DCU. This is the easily the only good information here. Because I the Huntress news is just, oh, this is the version of Huntress, and she will be half Italian and half Korean. Now it's already been reported that there will be a Korean language Huntress movie, so I'm not. This made sense. And then unfortunate news that John Logan would no longer be attached to write the script for the film. They eventually corrected it and said he was never attached, um, but he's no longer in talks to write. Because Gunn also debunked it and said he was never attached to the project. So they kind of corrected slash tweaked it to say, ah, well, we meant to say that he wasn't ever actually going to write it. He was never in talks, or no, not that he was never in talks, but he stopped being in talks. I'm not familiar with any of John Logan's work, so I can't tell you if he would have been good to write or not. He did a couple of James Bond movies. I've heard good things about James Bond, specifically the Daniel Craig version. I don't know if that's actually accurate, but I haven't watched any James Bond movies myself, and I haven't watched anything else that he did. He wrote that slasher movie Day Then, but I didn't watch it. So I can't tell you if that movie was good or not either. Um, the main news here, and this is verified. I trust DCU leaks with verified information. James Gunn didn't outright debunk any of this. I talked about the John Logan stuff already, but he didn't debunk Plastic Man. No one really added him about it. But I would argue Plastic Man's obviously going to be a movie that the DCU would have in early development at this point, because I think that Chapter One is going to sort of build the Terrifics as part of the side plot. We already know that Metamorpho, Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific are all in Superman Legacy as characters in the movie, and this has already been reported by all the major trades, and James Gunn himself has confirmed it. I think that it kind of has to be that Terrifics are going to be formed in the DCU. So the only real character we don't know about is Plastic Man. He might be the most important. I mean, obviously, I guess Mr. Terrific would be the most important character of the Terrifics. And I gotta tell you, I don't know much about this team. I've been told that they're like the Fantastic Four. That's the only real information I have about them, except they're obviously more than four. I also don't know if Guy Gardner is like a normal member of the team, but I guess he is. So this information is easily the most interesting to me. I was a big fan of Batman the Brave and the Bold when I was a kid. I watched quite a bit of it. So he was a big part of it. I remember I have a Plastic Man action figure. I don't know a ton about him, but it will be really exciting to watch this unfold. And I also want to learn more about Plastic Man. So maybe some of the comic book clubs I'm in, which I have joined a couple. There's a great DC community on Twitter. If you have Twitter, I would look that up because they have a comic book club that I'm a part of. I don't know, it's a very small club. We don't really talk much, but they just kind of give you a comic to read that's based in the new DCU every month, and that is something that was interesting to me. So I've read a bit of material. I think that's the right way to go about it when you're talking about starting this universe. Is maybe learn comics. I was not a huge fan of DC until beginning of last year. So you know. Anyway, that's all I've got. Just talking about the news and my thoughts. And my only real thoughts was that this was really disappointing. Like, I really wish we had gotten more information about projects we already knew about. I don't need to know more about these like so-called projects that are sort of in development. I just want to have concrete news on the stuff that we know is in development. We know because it was in the video that James Gunn made almost over a year ago. I just want information on those projects. And I know Waller was supposed to be released in 2024. I guess that's not happening anymore. But again, there's been complete radio silence on that part. So I want to get a little bit more information. And James Gunn luckily did say that more news on Waller would be coming soon. Hopefully that's the case because I am excited to dig in. I will have reviews of all these projects out when they do come out, but they haven't yet, so I can't. All right, cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. I'll do this for the MCU too. Mostly, I get excited when DCU leaks posts, and then I just kind of because they talk about Marvel stuff too sometimes. So I just kind of you know. So I want to break these down as well as still do movie reviews. I think that that's fair. Um, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, please leave a like, comment down below your thoughts on the post, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.